And that sounds like you have a lot of authors. What does their subject matter range from?
Well, we have Ron, who has children's books. We actually have several children's books. We have one that came out shortly before his that was written by two doctors about the importance of vaccines for children. We have everything up to, we have young adult, horror, mysteries, thrillers. I think about the only thing we don't really have is pure romance. I think it's probably about the only genre we don't currently have. We do have an author that is writing a pure romance book that's in our house, but she hasn't finished it yet.
We have somebody here, Steve Inger, who would be wonderful at a pure romance book. So we'll have to get him hooked up with you for that. When you talk about the independent authors and coming together, it's very difficult for this process. What is your role, just to try to help them get things started?
I heard wet cats. No.
Okay.
That's usually what I call trying to get all my authors to be organized on a single thing. It's herding wet cats. Difficult, not impossible, a little painful at times. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into publishing than just writing a book. Writing the book is actually the easiest part of the whole process, and it's hard to write a book, okay? So where I come in is I go, okay, we got this book, and now we're going to help you. We're going to help you get cover art and formatting, and then we're going to help you set up your distribution points, and we get them on our website, and we get them into our advertising, and then we help them learn how to advertise and sell themselves, and help them get their books into libraries and bookstores across the country and across the world. And it's a lot. I send, whenever we welcome a new author, and I have a welcome packet. It's a zip file, and it's large, and I'm like, okay, you don't try and go through this like over a weekend or even or a day. This is something taken up in chunks, and because it becomes very overwhelming. Most people, especially when they write their very first book, they have no idea the number of decisions that have to be made, and the choices that they have, and how to set things up. So I'm there as a guide, their cheerleader, den mother, advocate when they run into problems with some of the distribution companies for books, and I'm there to help them navigate the often troubled waters of publishing.
And is it just you, or you have a team?
I have a team. We have Corey Clark. He's primarily our tech guy. He helps maintain the website, and every time I come up with a harebrained idea that involves tech, hey, let's try this stupid idea. And sometimes he sighs and goes, no. And sometimes he goes, okay, we'll give it a shot. We're always changing. Publishing is always changing, so we're always changing. But we also have, if you go onto our website, we have a page dedicated to some of the people that work with us. Like we have Jenny Rosenblum. She's from Texas, and she started off as she's been with me since before the beginning. She was the first person that I kind of rolled this idea off on, and I said, hey, is this stupid? And she went, no, it's not. And she helped me really kind of define the edges of it and stuff. And she runs our scholarship program and our mentorship program, because we have both. Not all of our authors need or want mentors. A lot of our new incoming authors do. So basically, we assign newer authors to our more established authors that have published 2, 3, 4 books with us and have kind of become old hands at it. And then on the really difficult parts, then they still come to me, but it kind of helps break things up a little bit. We have others that it depends on what we're doing. Our authors are also a resource for us as well, because they come from all walks of life. We have lawyers and doctors and accountants and contract writers. So there's this big variety of humanity that writes for us. We have someone that used to be on Barack Obama's team when he was in the White House. He did work behind the scenes in the media PR department. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we've got a lot of these, really different. We have a media entertainment attorney. So yeah, once our authors get integrated and into the system, we utilize the different skills to help kind of build. We have a film director, and he's retired. He did a lot of stuff for like PBS and a couple of blockbuster bigger films. So
So there's people from all over the country then who are involved in this process, mm-hmm. and you're setting up shop right here then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of great that and that's again, it kind of, in the pandemic world to prove we can do lots of things remote, you're able to just be here and able to just go ahead and do all of this.
I was remote before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I've
sure.
always been remote. Everything is done primarily through email. There's some texting, there's some phone calls. But for the most part, it's, we do have Zoom meetings where we all get together as a group and discuss things because, again, we're, unlike traditional houses, my authors have a lot of input on what we're doing and how we want to go forward. And so I'll occasionally throw things out going, hey, what do you guys think of this? And, if I get enough yes responses, we'll do things. So that's how, we have a quarterly magazine called Indies Roundtable that comes out 4 times a year, and it's free, so anyone can download it, read it. And then once a year we publish an anthology from all of our authors, and so we do a lot of different things to try to encourage our authors. We have a free book page. A lot of our authors have donated and novellas and maybe the first book of their series to try and get people to say, hey, here I am, have a little glimpse at my writing, before you take the plunge and spend money on me. So, we do a lot of different things, and sometimes my authors will bring suggestions to me, and if they're good, then we use them. If not, so it's very cooperative, and but yeah, actually, weirdly, I'm probably one of the few businesses that did better during the pandemic.
Sure.
Because our authors they had time to write.
Yeah. Yeah.
We probably published more books during the pandemic than we have at any other point because they sat down. They're like, hey, I've got 6 months off or 6
right.
weeks or whatever, and they just started going, here's this whole book that I told you wasn't going to be done for another year.
And as part of doing that, that whole process, when you in this day where where people want to download on Kindle, but there's still mm-hmm. a lot of people who want to hold a book in their hands. Where does your house involved on that, and what sort of trends do you see there?
I like paper books.
Yeah, I do too.
I love paper books. My order of preference is paper books, ebooks, audiobooks. And I know that other people have different preferences, but our authors, because again, our authors are given a choice on how they want their books to be presented and distributed. You can have everything from choices of hardcover, paperback, EPUB, Kindle, audiobook. Some prefer to. I think we have 2 authors that just do ebooks. We have others. All of our authors, though, have some form of. They all have ebooks because they're easy, they're popular, people like them, and for some of the things that we do, ebooks, they need ebooks for them. And if you go to our website, if you see a green shopping cart, those are books that you can buy directly from the author, and some of those come with little perks. They come with they might be signed. You might get a note from the author that says thank you for buying my book. They all some just different little things when you buy the physical books, or if you buy the ebooks, they'll direct download to your Kindle.
Sure. Any other thing you'd like to bring up with us today?
Read more books.
Yeah, I try.
Everyone needs to read more books, and they need to read my books. And we really do. We we have some amazing authors. I mean, we have award-winning authors. If you go to our website, above certain books, if they've won an award for, various things, you'll see the medallions, and it tells you that, they're number one for Reader's Digest or indie whatever, indie rewards. They have, different ones, different classifications. And I mean, you can read the reviews. A lot of times you can get a sneak peek, so you can get like the first chapter or two from a book, and really kind of, and we even have a program. It's called Zoom with Us, and if you see the symbol for the Zoom with Us, it's a blue star. If you when you get those, you have to buy like 5 or more books for like book clubs or schools or whatever. But at the end, you can then set up an appointment with the author to have an hour Q&A on Zoom or whatever video conference call you want to do. So if you have a classroom and you buy one of our children's books or our young adult books or middle school books, the class can talk to the author. Or if you have a book club, you buy 5 or more books, and a lot of the authors give discounts too when they do that. And you can talk to the actual authors. So you want to find out what the blue curtains mean, you can actually find out what the blue curtains mean from the author. So I mean, it's really, so we open that up. It's for, again, book clubs and schools and universities, anyone that wants to have that interaction with the author.
Well, this sounds like a great idea to help anyone who's considering being, starting and writing a book. You can go to indiesunited.net for more information. And Lisa Orban is our guest today. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
All right, that's our Muddy River News Business Spotlight, brought to you by Case & Huff and Schleter Insurance. I'm Bob Goff. Have a great week.